Hello everyone. In this video we will learn about difference between meiosis and mitosis. In the previous class we have already discussed what meiosis and mitosis is, how they occur and what are their significance. In today's class we will be focusing on their differences. Number one point is the area of occurrence, that is where exactly they occur. So here we'll be focusing on where does meiosis and where does mitosis occurs. If we talk about mitosis occurs in the somatic, or we can also say body cells. What are these somatic and body cells? Some examples could be here: RBCs, WBCs, or the skin, or we can say epidermal cells. So these are some of the examples here of where the mitosis occurs, that is the somatic and the body cells. If we talk about meiosis, so meiosis occurs in the sex cells, or we can also say the reproductive cells of our body, which are the sperms and the eggs of females. So meiosis occurs in the reproductive cells, whereas mitosis occurs in the body cells or the somatics. The next point is the need of occurrence. Why we need meiosis and mitosis in our body to occur. So the next question which comes here is why. If I talk about mitosis, so mitosis, as we know, is happening, or it occurs in the body cells or the somatic cells. So in the body cells it functions in its growth and development. We talk about another process, that is meiosis. So meiosis, as we know, it occurs in the sex cells of our body. So these sex cells, if I talk about a male sex cell which is a sperm, and if I talk about female sex cells which is a egg. So this type of cell division or meiosis, it results in the formation of gamete. This is its significance, that because of meiosis we are able to get half number, and which is why the gamete formation is possible. Next difference is the time of occurrence. When it occurs, that we want to know next, that is the time of occurrence. So mitosis and meiosis occurs in different time periods. If I talk about mitosis, so mitosis, it occurs throughout our life. It never stops. It occurs throughout the lifetime of an individual. But if I talk about meiosis, it does not occur in the whole life. Only occurs in the active reproductive age of an individual. So mitosis, it occurs throughout the life, whereas meiosis, it occurs in the active reproductive age of an individual. The next difference is number of daughter cells formed. Now we want to know how many cells are formed with the each cell division. So the number of daughter cells that we want to know, which gives us a new question, that is how many cells are we going to get. So after mitosis, let me write it here. After mitosis, we have seen that all four phases, prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase, after all the four phases, one cell, it divides into two daughter cells. One cell, it divides into two daughter cells. Whereas in meiosis, we have seen that we take one cell with us in meiosis 1, this one cell divides into two daughter cells, and in meiosis 2, each cell further divides into two daughter cells. So at the end of meiosis 2, we get how many cells? 4 cells. But at the end of mitosis, we get 2 cells. So this is one difference, that in mitosis at the end we get 2 cells, and in meiosis at the end of meiosis 1 and 2 we get 4 cells with us. Number 5 point of difference is the chromosome number. What happens to the chromosome number? Does it remain same or does it change? That we want to know, that how many chromosomes are we going to get after each cell division. First of all, let's see for mitosis. If I talk about mitosis, as you can recall, in mitosis we begin with a diploid number. As in case of humans, we can say it is 46. After mitosis, we get 2 cells with diploid numbers. This is mitosis, that we begin with diploid number and we end with the same number, which is why another name is given to mitosis, that is equational division. That is, the number of chromosome does not change, rather it remains same as in parents and as in daughter cells. If we talk about the next type of division, that is meiosis. So in meiosis, what happens is we start with a diploid number. Okay, we have started with 46 chromosomes, but after meiosis 1, we get 2 cells, each with half the number of chromosomes, that is 23. So the number of chromosomes now have reduced in meiosis. After meiosis 2, what happens is, let me write it here, meiosis 2. So after meiosis 2, again we are going to get 2 cells, but now we are going to get the same haploid number as it was there in the meiosis 1. Okay, the number of chromosomes is going to remain same, that is haploid. For this reason, because the number of chromosomes are getting reduced, another name is given to this type of cell division, which is known as reductional division. Okay, so in mitosis, we can also say that there is formation or there is movement of full set of chromosomes. We take full set of chromosomes and at the end we get full set of chromosomes. Whereas in meiosis, we start with a full set of chromosomes, but later on we get half set of chromosomes. The last point of difference between mitosis and meiosis is the identity of chromosomes and genes, like how the chromosomes and genes are going to be after each cell division. So after mitosis, the parent cell and the daughter cell, and the daughter cells are going to be identical. They are going to be identical, that is similar. The parent cell is going to be similar with its daughter cells. If we talk about meiosis, let me write it here. If we talk about meiosis, in meiosis we have discussed that there is crossing over which takes place, and because of crossing over there is genetic recombination, or we can also say variation. So the chromosomes or the genes are not going to be identical. They are not identical in this case. Rather, because of genetic recombination, let me just quickly show it here. Because of this genetic recombination crossing over, the variation is going to be seen. If you missed last class, please go and see my last video for this. Okay, so in meiosis, the chromosomes are not going to be identical as their parents were, but instead they are going to show some variation. So these are all the points of differences between mitosis and meiosis. You can see the previous videos of mitosis and meiosis wherein everything is explained in detail.
Also, there are topic-wise worksheets available. Kindly leave a comment in the comment section if you wish to avail the same. So don't forget to like, subscribe and comment below. Also hit the bell icon so that you will be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you.